You're listening to Planet Chaos. And now, here's your host, Brandon Chaos.
Alright, it is election night, and I figured I'd play some Green Day there to set the mood. I have a feeling that is probably going to be number one on Alyssa's list today. You think?
Well, I don't think it's a bad choice for her.
I think it's a pretty bad choice, but, you know, that's just my opinion.
Of course.
So, polls are closing, and I am reading about Mitt Romney's detailed plan for job creation. I don't know if anybody else has seen this out there.
Is it exciting?
It's very exciting. Well, the thing about it is that I don't understand. I don't see how any of this is really going to create jobs. And some of it I don't get. He wants to bring forth energy independence by 2020.
So we would be providing our own energy.
Yeah.
No one else would be.
Yeah. So I think what that's going to do is probably going to cut some jobs, really. Mm-hmm. Because you won't have, you know, the import-export people anymore when it comes to energy, you know, like gasoline and stuff like that.
Wouldn't that be bad for some of our foreign relations?
Oh, absolutely. He's not a very good candidate for foreign relations, that's for sure. Another thing he has on here is school choice, which I don't understand what that is supposed to mean. Are we talking college, high school, grade school? What are we talking here?
Does it go into detail?
It really doesn't, no. New trade agreements and retaliation against nations that cheat on them.
Really?
I've never heard about anybody really cheating on any sort of trade agreement.
No.
The trade agreements that we have in place right now are really kind of cheating the American people. Cut the deficit, and of course he doesn't go into detail about that. You know, that's what every president has been saying for decades. We're going to cut the deficit. And the only one that really even made an attempt at that was President Clinton. Which, we didn't cut the national deficit. The states themselves were no longer in debt. They had surpluses. That was definitely a step in the right direction. Of course, then 9/11 happened, and all that went to shit. And then the last thing he has on here is cut regulations and taxes on small businesses and repeal the ACA. Okay. I think if you want to talk about small businesses, they are really kind of like the heart of the American commerce system.
Right.
You know, if you didn't have small businesses, we wouldn't have big businesses. That's just a fact. You know, a lot of small businesses, especially if you're talking factories and, you know, a lot of food processing plants supply to a lot of major corporations. As far as really sort of cutting taxes on them, I don't understand what he means by that. As far as, you know, does he mean like income tax, or, you know, what kind of tax are we talking here? Because I know a lot of small businesses are hurting because the business owner themselves, they have to match what their employees are paying in income taxes.
Right.
So if you got an employee that's paying $50 out of every paycheck, you got to pay $50 out of, you know, every paycheck as well, and that goes for every single employee that you have. I'm not too familiar with the ACA. You know what the ACA is? No. Not sure what the ACA is. In this article I'm reading, it even says that most of these things have absolutely nothing to do with job creation. Energy independence, if taken literally, would mean higher energy prices if it was economically efficient for us to be independent. Which is an excellent point. You know, is it really efficient for us?
It would cost us more. We would no. It wouldn't be.
Yeah. But I think with this election and why it's so important to so many people is because of jobs and because of the economy. You know, a lot of people are hurting right now. Mm-hmm. And it seems like, you know, these politicians, they want to talk about everything else but that. You know, and I had the chance to listen to an interview this morning with Josh Mandel on Rover's Morning Glory, and Rover kept asking him about other issues like gay marriage and abortion and preaching abstinence and stuff, and Mandel wanted to go back to the economy every single time. And I kind of like that, but at the same time, you're sitting there going, okay, he's talking about it. He's saying, you know, when I get into the Senate, I don't want to vote on anything but economical issues. Politicians could say that all they want, but are they going to hold true to that?
Saying that you're going to talk about job issues and the economy is one thing, and actually discussing them is a completely different thing. No one actually discusses these things. Everyone's heard about Romney's 5-point plan or whatever it is, but he doesn't actually talk about it. You had to go on a website to find it.
Yeah. But you know, if anybody who's watched any of the debates could see, you know, well, not that, but, you know, it's like, okay, Governor Romney, what do you plan to do about the economy? Well, you know, I'm against gay marriage or something like that. You know, he doesn't. He goes to something totally different, and that's what I don't get about the debates either. Is they may touch base on it, or they may repeat the question back to the moderator, and then go on a totally different topic. So it's almost like they're just up there giving a normal speech about whatever the hell they want to talk about. Mm-hmm. That needs to stop. That's why they have the moderators there, so that, you know, they don't go off topic or, you know, start talking about something that really doesn't even matter at that point in time. But, you know, with what Mandel was saying, is he really going to hold true to that? That's the thing that I think people are fed up with when it comes to politics. You know, they want to see a politician who is going to tell them the truth. You know? And a lot of these politicians, they don't do that. They say, okay, when I get into Washington, I'm going to do this. And then they get into Washington and they do something totally different. You know, and, you know, the same would go with Obama. You know, his whole thing was he was pushing this healthcare thing. And that's really all he's done since he's been in office.
Right.
You know, we could debate the Osama bin Laden thing till we're blue in the face. You know, there's people that are saying that Obama is responsible for his death or he died years ago. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that. The healthcare issue, he pushed that one throughout his campaign, and then when he got into office, that was the first thing he did. Okay, I get that. But we were misled during his campaign on what exactly this healthcare thing was. You know,
But he also had to make a lot of compromises because when he put it through, it was not.
Well, he got lucky when he put it through. We had a Democratic majority in Congress. He knew that he was not going to hang on to that Democratic majority in Congress. He knew that in 2010, you know, that the Republicans were going to take back over power of Congress. So he knew that he had a limited timetable there, so he pushed it through real fast. And it's not what we were promised.
Right.
You know, and if you... I have actually sat and read the entire thing. It's like 400 pages long.
Jeez.
It's ridiculous. And so many people thought it was going to be like Canada, where everybody gets free health care. You know, so many people were excited about it. And then when they actually read points in it, they're like, wait a second. You know, I get government health care now, but because of how much money I make when Obamacare takes over, I'm going to lose my health care. Because they're right on the brink there. You know, they're just barely getting it now. So when Obamacare kicks in 2014, they're not going to have government health care anymore. And, you know, then you have small businesses that are now required to carry health care for their employees, whereas before they weren't. All right now, looks like Romney is ahead of Obama. 8 electoral votes to 3 electoral votes.
I have 19 to 3.
You have 19 to 3.
Yes, Kentucky and Indiana.
Well, also you also got to think not all of the polling places have reported yet. I'm showing right now in Kentucky 12.2% of polling places have reported. Vermont is 0% reporting. Well, why are they saying Obama won Vermont then? Okay, whatever.
Looks like Romney took 60% of Kentucky.
Yeah, that's not surprising whatsoever.
And 50% of Indiana.
Yeah.
And then
I'm going to refresh the page, see what I get. So you've got 19 electoral votes for Romney.
yes.
Okay. Are we talking mostly red states here, though? Like, what states has he taken? I see Kentucky's a red state.
Yeah, Kentucky and Indiana, they're both red states.
Well, Indiana's usually a blue state, but
Not necessarily.
oh, yeah. Do we have any Senate results yet? Let's go there. Vermont, what do we got for Vermont? Nothing. House, let's see what we got. We're looking at Kentucky, a few places in Georgia's 10th district. We only had one guy running. Let's see. One guy running there. Nothing's in from Vermont yet.
No, nothing is. But they're saying that Obama took it.
Vermont?
Mm-hmm. But it
Let's
still
see.
says 0% on everything.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at governors. 10 states right now that are up for governors. We'll see how that turns out. Governor races. We have governor races in 10 states. It's definitely going to be an interesting night. Things are not exactly going as I expected so far.
Yeah, it's still early.
Yeah, it is early. The winner needs 270 out of 538 electoral votes to win. And right now, Romney is ahead. I'm getting 8-3. Crystal's getting 19-3. I guess we'll see. We're gonna play some music right now. This is Papa Roach with Burn. Alyssa has finally decided to show up.
You know what? What the hell over? What the fuck ever? You knew what time I was coming over. I told you.
Country still isn't here.
He's slacking.
He is slacking.
But he did say he was going to be here the second half of it.
Yeah, I think he'll probably be here between 9 and 10.
Well, same thing with
I'm
Ron.
not sure. Actually, Ron just contacted me. Said he can't make it.
Oh,
yeah, he's
shit.
a little under the weather. Did you get out and vote today, Alyssa?
Yes, I did. I am wearing my sticker.
Who'd you vote for?
Obama. That's who I voted for. Who did you vote for?
I voted for Gary Johnson.
Listen, I don't want to hear anybody bitching about how the results turn out. If you didn't vote, then you don't deserve to bitch. That's
You know what? I've been saying that for years. If you didn't vote, then yeah, you don't have any.
That doesn't
reason
matter
to
who
bitch.
you voted for.
Yep.
Just as long as you voted, you get a right to bitch. As long as you voted, you get a right to bitch.
South Carolina's in.
I can bitch no matter who wins because I didn't vote for either of them.
Whoa, what?
But you got to vote though, so you get a right to.
Exactly.
What does that mean? Hold on.
What does what
South
mean?
Carolina, you're messed up on this site. It says that Romney won with 24% when Obama had 75%.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing for South Carolina.
What's up with that?
How many electoral votes did he get out of South Carolina? That's the question.
1,293. And Obama had 4,109.
No, electoral votes.
It would have been 9.
No, because he can't. Yeah, he can't get all the votes for that state. I don't know.
Why is it saying Romney won? I'm confused.
You guys are looking this up, not me. So.
Obama is winning in New Hampshire, though.
Which is good.
Who'd you vote for Senate? We got Sherrod Brown against Josh Mandel. And I got to listen to an interview this morning
I think
with Josh Mandel.
I think I voted for him.
Josh Mandel?
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't vote for him for state treasurer either. But I have a lot more respect for him after, hearing that interview with him today. That is if he follows through with, what he says he's going to do.
Yeah.
I'm showing West Virginia. Romney just took.
Yeah, I said
So-
that a few minutes ago.
Okay. So I think I'm going to switch websites here. I'm not liking this one. It seems like they're behind a little bit. If anybody wants to join in on the conversation today, we have our Skype system back up and running again. You can Skype us. It's Planet Chaos Radio on Skype. Also, if you want to join in on the conversation, don't really want to talk, you want to send us an email, it's planetchaosradio@gmail.com. Or you could hit me up on my personal Twitter. It's at Brandon_chaos on Twitter. And everybody on Facebook is just going nuts with this. Some gay guy just posted, I hope Mitt, I hope you get this. That's odd.
Well, what?
Gay guys for Mitt, I guess.
It's unusual.
I think country's listening to us right now. That's funny. He's not here. He's not here, but he's listening to us. What a douche.
Hi, country.
How you doing? How you doing?
And I'm sure hi, Brittany, too.
Okay.
Definitely getting a call here on Skype. What's that?
Yeah, because something's going crazy.
Country.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
Oh, we got country.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys. It's like Alyssa showed up late.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I did.
Country isn't here yet.
You're MIA. Country, you're MIA, alright?
I'm sitting in my truck. I'm about to light up a cigarette. Like you said, I will be there for the second half of the show.
You better.
I can't believe you
Oh, I
Skyped
know,
us.
Rick. And Brandon, I voted for Gary Johnson. Hell yeah.
I was gonna say, I hope you're not driving while you're doing this, because that would just...
I would be the person to do that.
I have seen people
hope
do
you're
it.
not.
So, Country, you voted for Gary Johnson. Good man. Good man.
Yep.
And don't let people tell you any different. Your vote does count because you could walk
Yes.
away saying, I believe in the guy I
Yes.
voted for.
Exactly.
Although we do have Mitt Romney winning, though.
So how about Mark texted me
Yeah,
earlier today saying, did you vote?
Yeah.
Make sure you vote. I'm like, Mark, call. I was like, I will. Calm down. I won't forget. I won't forget.
Yeah.
Is it kind of medium?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know what's going on there.
But I just did an extra sugar and an extra cream in it.
You go ahead. You stay over there then, woman. And now you're going to get on the phone while I'm Skyping on
What?
the radio show.
All I heard was woman. What? What are you bitching about? I didn't hear you.
This guy is bitching
What
at his
did you
woman.
say?
while he's
Oh.
talking.
I was just like, bitching at me.
We don't want to hear your domestic disturbances, Country.
Is the actual video call actually working? Because I can see you guys.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah, we can see you. You're just putting a cigarette in your mouth right now. Taking a drag.
Yeah. Sweet. It wouldn't work before.
Well,
It's working.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm happy then.
Okay, so
So, Ron canceled on us.
Yeah, Ron
Yeah.
canceled. Yeah.
Oh, man. Everybody always cancels last minute. What's up with that crap?
That's what I want to know.
Oh, he's a little under the weather, I guess.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
I am on Skype. You got a problem with it?
Apparently she does. She's asking why.
Let's take a fat stick out that thumb.
Who is flipping you off? I see a middle finger sticking up there.
Who?
Okay, I saw that. Is she flipping me off or you?
She's flipping me off.
Okay. All right, as long as it's not me.
Yeah, she's always offering.
oh my.
Well, yeah, only to me. It better be only me.
All right. Little update here. Right now, I'm showing 24 to 12 Romney as far as electoral votes go.
I'm showing 33 to 3. What the hell is going on?
Different sources, I guess.
Yeah.
Listen, I do not need healthcare to get redone. All right, let me tell you what. I just don't.
All right, we're looking at North Carolina, Romney, Virginia, Romney, West Virginia, Romney, Florida, Obama, Georgia, Romney, and we already reported Kentucky and Indiana are both Romney right now.
In Vermont.
Vermont, we've got Obama. So, I really thought this early on it would be a little bit tighter than this.
But then again, most of the red states are closing earlier, so.
Well, yeah, and plus, like, I don't know how they distribute the electoral
It
votes.
goes based on population.
Well, I mean, how they decide who wins it, because it doesn't always go by the popular vote either.
Oh, if it did, then Al Gore should have won back in 2000.
Well,
if
no
it went
shit.
by popular one.
No shit.
We don't even
But
talk
you
about
know,
that.
but then again, the man also claimed that he invented the internet.
He didn't
so.
say he invented the internet. He said the internet was his idea.
Yeah.
Still, just saying.
This guy's having his own show over here.
I guess
I have to
so.
agree with my mom on one thing. Is if Mitt Romney wins, the losers need to call recount.
That's probably going to happen
there's so many
anyways.
issues with the voting system on the East Coast.
Yeah, I heard about that already.
Yep.
Yeah, Alyssa had a story about that. The voting machine malfunctioning.
Oh yeah, my dad saw something today that over in PA that there was a machine malfunctioning in PA where I guess one guy actually noticed it where he tried voting for Obama, but the thing switched over to Romney. He tried fixing it himself, and it just, and I guess it happened to a couple other people too. And it, I guess they tried fixing it, so I don't know if anybody else's thing malfunctioned on them too, or was it, or if it was just him.
I heard about that, and then also don't forget about the Florida Panhandle either, because the time changed.
Yeah.
That's always been a problem. I remember with Bush and Al Gore.
Well, not all polling places in every state close at the same time either, because a lot of states are, are dividing lines for time zones.
Yeah. I know, like Ohio is like 7 o'clock at PA. I heard they didn't close their polls till 8.
Yeah. Yeah, not all states close at the same time too, yeah. Yeah.
It seems like a big mess. And
Yeah, see, different websites are reporting different things. I'm showing Romney 33, Obama 3.
That's what I have.
I don't see it being a landslide.
are you looking on CNN?
You're on CNN, aren't you?
No, I'm on ABC.
Oh, you're on ABC?
Check
Okay.
CNN. They seem to be pretty much better about keeping up with that.
You're on ABC?
I'm on ABC, yeah.
Okay. I've been checking different places.
And the great controversy begins.
The great controversy. What's the controversy?
Here.
I don't know, country. What's your what?
Does anybody else okay, never mind.
What?
Wow!
I know the name of 8
My
princesses.
ears being played with.
I'm an expert on
What's going on
softball
here?
and tea parties. I'll have more awkward conversations than I'm equipped for because I'm
Commercial?
raising 2 girls on my own.
That was an unexpected
I work
commercial.
the economy more than a few times before they're grown, but it's for them.
Most about you. Mass Mutual is
Why
owned
won't
by
this
our
thing stop?
policyholders, so they matter most to us.
Is
Shut
it
up.
fuck you?
We'll help you get there.
Technical difficulties.
Stupid.
It's
Fucking
testicle difficulty.
bullshit.
Exactly.
Shut up. Thank you. Anyways. Yeah, ABC is only showing Obama winning 1 state, and then Romney's got 4.
Yeah, but they still have 50. Well, Obama still has other states to win, so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still early. 8 o'clock is when a lot of them close.
yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of
We got
waiting
10
for
minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes to 8 right now. We're looking at a lot of results to be coming our way within the next hour. Hopefully, I don't know. I mean, I don't like Romney or Obama, really. I don't want either of them to win, but as far as projecting a winner or favoring one of the two, I really don't have a choice. I think of the two, I'd rather see Obama.
Though I was kind
I
of
mean, both guys have good and bad points and good and bad qualities. You know, and a lot of people's argument on Obama is, okay, we gave Bush 8 years to make this mess. Let's give Obama 8 to fix it. Well, he had 4 already and hasn't made an attempt to fix it. So why not let someone else have a shot? You know?
Gary hands are very cold.
Although I really don't think Romney is the right guy for the job.
You stay out of my pants.
wow. Okay. Well, shit.
Awkward.
Your hands are way too cold for that.
Very awkward.
Country.
Okay.
Awkwardness.
Don't make us minimize you.
Huh?
I have the power to hang up or mute. All right, we're gonna
Are you
take a
gonna
what?
button to that word under there?
You're breaking up, man.
I said, are you gonna be better with that mute button?
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a brief musical break. We're gonna play some Stain. The song's called "Not Again." It seems as though things have just totally shifted in the opposite direction. It's now after 8 o'clock, and more the polls are starting to close. It's obviously Obama took his home state of Illinois, and he'll probably take his other home state of Kenya.
Okay.
Oh wait, did I say Kenya? I meant Hawaii. Where did that come from? Actually, I was just reading something just yesterday where something from when he was in Harvard said that he was born in Kenya.
What?
Yeah, he was some sort of president of some, like, first African American.
You sure it was that, not like Donald Trump? Saying shit.
Fuck Donald Trump on that one. He doesn't.
Trying to claim, his birth certificate.
Yeah,
what the fuck ever.
Nice October surprise there, Trump.
You couldn't. I'm pretty sure that they check every single credential when you are president.
I'm don't, sure though. That's the thing. They just kind of take your word for it. John McCain wasn't born in the United States.
Where was he born?
He was born in Panama.
But I'm sure it was probably on some base.
Doesn't matter. It
Isn't
does not matter.
Well, at the time, Panama belonged to the U.S.
No,
or was
it
that?
Never did.
No, I was thinking that 99-year Panama Canal.
The Panama Canal area is considered U.S. land, or U.S. land. But Panama itself is its own country. But I actually did research on that because I was like, well, what if they're born on a military base in Germany?
You're still considered an American citizen.
But you were not born in the U.S. Your birth certificate. They go by what country your birth certificate was issued in. If you're born on a military base in Germany, your birth certificate is going to be issued in Germany. Therefore, you are not a natural born citizen. Sure, your parents still have U.S. citizenship, which makes you a U.S. citizen. But you were technically born in another country.
What the hell is in my shirt?
That's the way they look at it.
So then the one girl that I went to school with, because she was born in Guam because both her parents were
Guam
in the
is
Air
U.S.
Force.
territory.
Yeah.
So it's considered U.S.
Whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, and another thing too is during the 2008 election campaigns, Michelle Obama said that her husband considers his home to be in Kenya. Okay. I'm not one of these birther people who are like, oh, I don't believe he was born in the U.S. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. He could have been, because when he was like 20 years old in Harvard Law School, did he ever think he was going to be president of the United States? Probably not. So then, to make himself look like more of an overachiever, he may have said he was born in Kenya.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, how many kids can say that they haven't lied on a college essay?
Exactly. I mean,
you try to make yourself look better on those papers and stuff.
There was a kid that I went to college with who, told everyone that he was born and raised in Seattle, and it turned out that he wasn't. He was saying it to, people do that. Obama could have lied and said that he was born in Kenya. And then we heard yesterday about that film, Dreams of My Real Father.
What?
Joel Gilbert is an independent filmmaker. He owns Highway 61 Entertainment. And this is the same guy that caused a stir a few years ago with the whole Paul McCartney Really Is Dead film.
Oh.
The Last Testament of George Harrison.
That dude.
He also did a film called Elvis Found Alive.
That dude.
And, okay, so, in this interview that he had given on, it was on Rover's Morning Glory yesterday morning, right? Yeah. He goes into, oh yeah, I do documentaries, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I also do some comedies, too. Okay, the way I look at it is if it's a comedy, it's supposed to be obviously a comedy, not, claiming that these stories are true. You know, this ain't the Blair Witch Project, all right? You know, you're talking about real life people here. You know, George Harrison and Elvis Presley. You know, these are mockumentaries that he had stated for the longest time were true. You know, and now that he's got this Obama film coming out, and he is looking to make millions of dollars off of this film. He's now saying, oh, yeah, those other ones were comedies, because I'm going to be taken seriously about this one right now. But the film claims that Obama's real father, is not Barack Hussein Obama II. Or, I mean, senior, I guess that his real father is this guy, I can't remember what his name was. But he's got this website called obamasrealfather.com. Can you pull that up? He claims that at some point in time, Obama got a nose job because he was starting to look too much like his real father.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what the hell?
And there's pictures, before and after pictures, on this guy's website.
He has the same exact nose.
It looks like the same exact nose. All right, there's no Michael Jackson shit going on here. It looks like the same exact nose at different angles. So I would urge people to go and check out this website. It's obamasrealfather.com. I am actually going to be watching this film within the next few days, because I'm definitely curious to see what this guy has to say about, what Obama's real father is like. Apparently, he was this huge socialist, communist leader. Yeah.
Journalist.
Does it have his real name on there?
Frank Marshall Davis.
Frank Marshall Davis.
Propagandist in Chicago and Hawaii.
Yeah.
As well as a writer and a poet. Oh.
Okay, so Chicago and Hawaii, which Obama spent a lot of time in both places. But what's the connection here? What is his relationship with Barack Obama's mother? I want to know the details on this,
Yeah.
So there's so many conspiracies out there. What's great about this country is when we have a Democratic president.
It looks like he lost some baby fat.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. He did lose some weight. Yeah,
that's what it is. Because
the main one that I look at.
He's young. He's younger on that one, but it looks like he just lost. Yeah.
The main thing that I'm looking at here is the 2000.
Washington in that photo. He does. I'm just
the 2002-2008 one. I think is the big one.
That's what it is with Michelle's brother. That's all there is to it.
That the one in the middle there, 2002-2008, I think is the most important one to look at. Okay. Because it's the only one that really has any sort of differences. The other ones, you got 1990 and 2010, the same exact nose, different angles. 2006, 1990, same exact nose, just different angles. But here you got the same angle in the 2002 to 2008 one. And the only thing that I can really see is the bridge is a little bit thinner now.
It's called weight loss.
Exactly. It looks like the guy may have lost some weight. And when you and when you lose weight, the first place you lose weight is your face.
Your face, yeah.
And it looks
like just
over the years
it's outrageous. It's outrageous. It really is.
And he has a bigger nose down here, so of course it's going to pull
the
bridge.
But yeah, as I was saying, like when you have a Democratic president, all of the right-wing conspiracy nut jobs crawl out of the woodwork. And then when you have a Republican president, it's the opposite. All the left-wing conspiracy nut jobs are crawling out of the woodwork.
Left-wingers.
And then you have people, of course, like Alex Jones and Jesse Ventura, who don't like either side. And, those are the real conspiracy theorists to me. The people that don't care, they just want, they don't care about party lines, they just want the truth. That's sort of where I place myself. So, speaking of Jesse Ventura, he plans to run for president in 2016.
What?
Yeah, he announced that he plans to seek presidential nomination in 2016.
Oh, by the way, in Ohio, so far, the polls haven't closed. There's a 17% gap between Obama and Romney.
That's
So,
pretty close.
17%?
Actually, that 17% gap.
Gap.
That's pretty
GDP
close.
gap. I don't know.
That's
like,
pretty
the
close.
story.
Anything?
8% to 41%?
Yeah. I mean, anything under 20%, I would say, is a pretty close gap.
It's a 90,000 vote gap.
That's still not much.
Woo.
If we're talking about popular vote.
It's not close.
Because you gotta think there's more people than that in the city of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like, what? Quadruple that. There's
Yeah.
4 million people in Cleveland?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Why are there so many motherfuckers in Cleveland?
Why the fuck not?
That's where their boat landed.
Because there's a river. I don't know.
It
Why the fuck not?
was the second branch of the Ellis Island.
Sure, we'll go with that. Why the fuck not?
Actually, a lot of people ended up in Cleveland after the Civil War because
Because they
It's-
ran away.
It's not the North, it's the Midwest, but still,
Kelly's Island was used. Kelly's Island and Put-in-Bay were used as concentration camps during the Civil War.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of the people that were guarding those islands, they just
I've been to Put-in-Bay
decided to stay in the area.
millions of times, so I know. I know. It's
A
actually,
lot of Polacks and
Me being-
Dagos ended up in that area.
hey. Hey, you have one right here, all right? You have one right here. Watch
Go
out.
Bears!
I have
What the
neither
fuck
of
ever.
those in me. Thank you.
What the fuck ever.
I am Italian, so I can say Dago wop wop all I want.
And Mario and Luigi fucking Dago. No wonder I couldn't play Mario Galaxy that well on the Wii. That one time.
Oh,
There
speaking
you
of
go.
video games, Halo 4 came out today.
All you gamers out there who play that stuff, I don't.
You know
But
what?
I have friends who do.
This is something I was thinking about earlier when I was getting ready for the show.
And you do get a $5 gift card at Target once you buy Call of Duty once it comes out, but not, as I'm
I was
promoting my own company that I work for.
I was on Facebook. I was getting ready for the show. I was reading some of people's posts on there, and there was a lot of posts about Halo 4. And I thought back to spending time, in a couple of used music shops like buybacks and places like that buy and sell, used
Yeah.
video games, CDs, DVDs, all that stuff. And I've noticed like a lot of they have a lot of like brand new games in there.
Well, yeah,
you-
they have
What is it for a standard like one of these trendy games like Halo 4 or Call of Duty? Is it
yeah,
60
about-
bucks?
about
That's what I
60
thought.
bucks, yeah.
Okay, so you're buying it for 60 bucks. You beat it, you get bored with it, you get rid of it in a week or two, and you get like $3 out of it. And then buybacks is going to turn around and sell it for 50.
Well, yeah. Because, well, if it's
That's
in good enough condition,
American economy at work, right?
yeah, they'll sell it for that much.
Well, no, I had a PlayStation 2. Actually, I have a PlayStation 2 right now. It's the second one I've had. I don't have any games for it though. The only game I had for it before was Madden 2009. But I have a PlayStation 2. The other one I had, I sold. And I'd originally bought it. It was fairly new. It'd been out for like a year, I think. And
North Carolina.
I bought it for I think $250, between $200 and $250, and I ended up selling it like maybe 6 months after I got it. So it would have been like a year and a half old at that time. I got $20 out of it.
You know what though? I got Sega when it first came out, way back in the day, and I never got a new game system after that. But that's not going to
Same
prevent
here.
me. But that's not going to prevent me from going over to a friend's place that has a Wii or Connect and play the games with them. That's not going to prevent me from doing it. So, but I'm not going to get a new game system because there's a good chance that I'm not going to play it all that much.
See, I'm a huge sports fan, so most of what I play when I do play video games is sports games. The only one I really seriously get into is Madden, and for me to like sit down in like May and play a game of Madden, it's gonna get me too hyped for the season. I'm like, I want to watch some damn football right now. So really, the only time I even really play it is during football season, just to get, I'll play it, between Sunday and Sunday, to get hyped for the next game, knowing that I don't have to wait 5 months for to watch a game. That's basically all it is. Or if my team, the Steelers, loses to somebody, I can go on my Madden and redemption time.
That's alright.
Geek.
That was not a geek.
Well,
Yeah.
No.
no, I'm gonna keep that coming.
If I was sitting here going into detail about Halo 4, that would make me a geek. But
That is.
she was telling me about something really geeky yesterday, something called LARPing.
Yeah. Live action role playing.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody out there has ever heard of this. It's called LARPing.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's like Cowboys and Indians almost. Like little kids play.
It's D&D only with acting.
Yeah.
Like sword fighting and shit.
Sometimes, if it calls for that, I guess.
Don't act like you two don't do it.
No.
No.
That's a completely different thing. Live action
So it's kind of
role
like...
playing is-
Oh, I know what it is.
You roll
but
characters like you would do in D&D. You come up with a backstory and character development, and then you are that character. And you actually play this in real life.
I used to do this on the playground when I was like 6.
No, there's people that actually do this.
I know. I've seen the movie Role Models.
It's like that.
It's like that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's not necessarily a large group of people like a medieval fair or a reenactment or a battle. It's a small group of people who, like, on a day-to-day basis will...
Now, have you ever actually
Yeah.
been to a medieval fair? I've never been to
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
I went to a Medieval Times restaurant. That to me,
doesn't
that's a little different because these people are
Yeah.
getting paid for what they're
No.
doing, and you get a meal out of it.
No, the medieval
Yeah.
fairs. I've been to the one up near Geneva, and I've been to the one near Pittsburgh.
I've never been to one.
Yeah.
GLMF.
You know what though? That one is.
It's just
It's
not
based
something I could
on-
get into. I don't like the Lord of the Rings and
You know what though?
and that sort of like I'm not into the medieval thing. Like I watched
A lot of
Monty
people-
Python
I'm
and
into
the Holy
medieval
Grail.
history though. The history aspect.
I'm not.
into
There's
it.
a lot of people who do, like, arts and crafts and
Yeah.
there's leather making and...
Yeah, some of the leather makings.
what's it
There's
called?
actually blacksmiths that
Blacksmithing.
go up. Yeah, a
oh.
lot of it's really nice stuff.
There are
You-
people who make corsets up there, and those corsets are cool.
Yeah,
This is
they
funny.
really are.
Years ago,
They really are.
I was sitting in a coffee shop. I'm not going to say which coffee shop it was, but we frequent there. And
I'll say
I
it on
overheard these geeks talking about medieval fair, and the one guy said, I've been saying all my life that, I was just born in the wrong time period. I should have been born in the medieval era. And I'm just, like, looking at this guy, and, like, this pimple-faced teenager, and, I'm like, you do realize that the majority of the people back then were not knights. They were servants. The guys that would actually be knights are the guys that used to pick on you in school, the more athletic guys.
Yeah.
You'd be somebody's bitch.
Well, a lot of them are servants, but that was their way of providing for their families. Back at that time.
But what I'm saying though is the ones that are into it are the ones that would have been slaves back then.
Yeah,
what are they called?
but
Serfs? Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah,
serfs.
but you know what though? Don't be picking on the people that are doing LARPing because one of these days they're going to be your boss.
Not necessarily.
But you never know though. There's a good chance that they could be your boss or running this country. So don't be picking on them all that much. I'm not into that, but don't.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm positive.
You're defending it pretty heavily
No,
there.
but I'm just saying though, don't pick on them too much because one of these days,
No.
or they could be, become a cop and get you doing something
I
stupid.
don't
like
see those type
having
of
sex
people
in
becoming
the,
cops. The type of people that
you know
become
what? You'd be
At
surprised.
an alleyway, don't be surprised if
be surprised
it's
at how many
a
of them
cop
don't
or-
get laid ever.
Some of them
35-year-old virgins.
Some of them make
You
it
guys
to
aren't-
ladies all the
No,
time.
you guys aren't allowed to defend these types of people on the show. All right?
They're
Yes, we are.
yes, we
they're-
are. Plus, I'm a co-host too, so I'm allowed to.
No.
Yeah, I'm allowed to.
No. These people are. And,
Oh, looks like you might.
the way I look at it is these people are just crazy. They're out of their
They're
minds.
not crazy.
You know
They're
what?
smart.
Sometimes some people need that kind of outlet
Mhm.
Because they don't get laid.
No.
because they need some kind of fantasy, and you know what? It's better for them to do that to go off on some kind of crime spree.
Or they could go out on the
become a
football
drug
field
addict.
and take out their aggression that way instead of, wasting their time in a fantasy world.
It's a game.
It's not healthy. It's not.
As long as it
Listen.
doesn't take over your life, I don't see the
I
But see, a
prefer
lot of them
doing
it
that
does,
instead of
though.
creating crimes or becoming drug addicts.
Who
and
says
breaking
that
into my house and
None of them are criminals. They're
you
just
know.
weirdos that are fantasizing, and that's...
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if you get like stabbed with a sword or something or a
They
dagger.
use
one of these
cardboard
days.
swords.
Oh no, some of them use like real.
Yeah.
No,
swords
they
and
don't.
shit.
Yeah, some of them do. Don't underestimate. And here,
They're
I'm just saying.
they're just a bunch of nutty, crazy people.
And you know what? Some of them are married too. Just saying.
I really doubt that.
Listen,
I'm sure
and you
none
know
of them
what- and
ever
you know
get
what,
laid,
though?
ever.
And also, there may be an outlet for them who, like, let's say their lives are not that
What?
great in real life, so that's their outlet.
Like I said, there's more constructive ways for them to do it. It's just... It's nutty, I guess you could say.
I mean, I know a lot of times my outlet is music and reading, but, you know, it's not that crazy.
It's very crazy.
Whatever.
All right, we are going to take another musical break. Right now, here is Volbeat with Still Counting.
Thursday.
So, it's still
What?
pretty tight from what I'm looking at right now.
Yep,
Obama has 78 electoral votes, and Romney has 76.
that's what I have.
So, Romney's got quite a few states here I could see. He's in Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina. And Obama has Vermont, Maine, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland. He even took Washington, D.C., too. And then, of course, his home state
state.
of Kenya. New Kenya? Is that what we're going to call Illinois now?
Sure, why not?
New Ken- Well, no, he was born in Hawaii, so Hawaii would become New Kenya, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
With the mix of,
So would Illinois be Hawaii?
yeah. Oh, which means all the Asian people that live in Hawaii should move to Illinois then.
Okay.
I thought all the Kenyans were going to move to Hawaii.
Yeah, and then all the Hawaiians are going to move to.
Okay, so
Illinois.
the birth certificate is actually factual then.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, which means everybody in Illinois better like some spam, because that's apparently what all they eat down Hawaii.
Yeah.
Really? Spam?
Yeah, spam.
Because of like
You'd think Hawaiians would
World War II.
would not be
Yeah,
able
World
to
War
eat
II.
anything other than real ham.
Nope.
No, World War II.
You know what spam stands for, right?
Yeah, you're gonna tell me anyway.
Stuff posing as meat. Or for the uncensored version, shit posing as meat.
You know what? I like hot dogs. Just don't tell me what the fuck are in them, because that's just gonna ruin it for me.
Cow intestines.
I still like hot dogs, but you know.
You know, it's probably been at least 27 years since I've had a hot dog.
So the last time you had a hot dog, you were like what, 3?
4.
So
That
you
sounds
were,
about
like,
right.
2,
So-
right?
sounds about right. I don't eat hot dogs.
Oh, because it's too much of a penis for you, right?
No, it's just disgusting. And when I was a teenager, I worked at a baseball field, and I cooked like over 1,000 hot dogs a day. And the smell just was disgusting.
I think I need some coffee.
Okay.
So we got nothing in for Ohio yet.
Nope.
No,
Nothing.
because they're still
Well, I'm looking at
They closed at 8.
they're still calculating. They're calculating. Still, probably.
let's see. I'm looking at the
Yes,
Senate race.
Yeah, we do. Because we apparently rode the short bus. I
so
shouldn't say that.
The Senate
but-
race in Ohio, right now, Sherrod Brown is ahead with 58% of the votes. Josh Mandel has 38% of the votes, and Rupert, the independent, has 4% of the votes.
Oh,
Click on Senate tab. I'm not surprised that Josh Mandel is not winning.
No. There have been some
Ohioans.
ads on Mandel.
Yeah, and not only that, Ohioans.
What about us?
It's very hard to get a Republican into office anywhere in Ohio, really.
Well, because we're a fucking blue collar state. We know what the fuck.
Well,
we don't hard for our money.
We're a
Well,
sweet
places
I know. We're not defending.
places like Columbus, Cuyahoga Falls, Portage County, Geauga County, Lake County, Lorain, places where there is more money in Ohio, people are going to vote Republican. You know, that's just how it is. And Ohio is not. We have some rich areas, but we're not much of a rich state. You know. All right, let's look at the House race in Ohio. 12th district to Barry, the Republican incumbent. He is ahead 58% to 42%. That's in the 12th district. It's so hard to click on these districts. Ohio's 7th district, the incumbent Republican Gibbs is ahead of his opponent Healy Abrams, 56% to 44%. Ohio's 16th district, looks like Betty Sutton is more than likely going to take that.
What are we?
We're in the 17th district, which is Tim Ryan. He's not up for re-election. Or, yeah, he is up for re-election this year. That's right. Let's see if we can get into the 17th district here. 16. That should be.
I fell asleep.
Quit going around it.
Trying to get in there. Trying to get in there.
That's what
13th.
she said. Like, try to get your.
Hold this for me, guys.
Let's see if I can zoom in on this.
Come on, Flip, stop. Stop.
There's gotta be a Zoom button.
So, well, in the House this year, right now there's 242 Republican and 193 Democrat seats that need to be defended. So
There's 18th. You get 18th and 16th and 13th.
they're not all in the same. They're not numbered in order.
I know, but you keep going fucking around it.
All right.
Fucking around.
14th district. Looks like Joyce is going to take it. There is no incumbent for this one. Let's see. All right, we're looking at Ohio right now. Yeah, Brown is still in the lead for the Senate. That's the only Senate seat that's up right now.
Romney just took Mississippi,
Okay.
82 to 78.
All right, let's get into the 17th district in Ohio. Since that is our area, we do have quite a few listeners in that area. Where is it?
It's 15. And we don't
15,
exist.
16.
Awesome. But apparently Obama seems to be winning so far. View all districts. Go down. See? View all districts.
But
That's for the last presidential election.
Wow. I was trying to look out.
maybe.
Oh wait, we're in the 13th district. My bad.
Wow. Way to be on the ball. Jeez.
All right, so the House of Representatives, Ohio District 13. Oh man, that is. Tim Ryan is killing
By
Dr. Agana.
78%.
78% to 22%. So Dr. Agana is more than likely not going to win. Which I was only hoping that she would win just because she's my son's doctor and I don't like her all that much.
Well, plus it'd be nice
So,
if we had a
but I'm
doctor.
switching doctors anyways for him. So
Wow, so you better
I don't have
hope
to worry
she's
about
not
her.
listening.
Oh, I don't think she'd listen.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's looking like Tim Ryan is definitely going to maintain his seat in Congress. What else do we have here for House in Ohio? Nobody's running against John Boehner, so he's going to maintain his seat. 6th District, Johnson, the incumbent, and the opponent, Wilson, are tied at 50% each. What else do we have? I mean, it looks like, as far as the House goes, most of the incumbents are winning. The first district, the incumbent is not winning. Shabbat, the Republican. And the opponent, Sinard, the Democrat. It's 50% to 47%. Looks like Sinard's going to take that one. Although it is still pretty close. Country needs to learn how to spell.
Sure.
You're just realizing this now?
No, I knew that. Alright, right now, let's see, North Carolina are electing a new governor this year. It doesn't say, I don't think there's an incumbent running. McCrory, the Republican, it looks like has won. That's final. 55% to 43% against the opponent, Dalton, the Democrat.
We got 7 minutes before we start to get a whole bunch of results in.
Vermont is going to maintain Shumlin, their Democratic governor, who won 57% to 38% over the opponent, the Republican, Brock. It's let's go back to the presidential race. Let's see what we got going on here. See if anything updated, any changes. Okay. So Romney has taken over the lead again. It's 82 to 78 electoral votes right now. So, like I said, it's going to be a tough one. I believe yesterday I did say that I believed that Obama was going to take this election. I didn't really think there was really any competition from Romney here. But, I don't know. I may have to change how I feel about that one. It's like, it's flip-flopping here a lot. And you normally don't see that a whole lot in a presidential race. Usually one person gains a lead and then maintains that lead throughout the entire night. Tonight it's going back and forth, but the lead keeps shifting back to Romney, and I don't know. I think it's going to be close in the end, but I really think Romney might take this one.
As I
really do.
I'm screwed, but what else?
We're screwed either way. I mean, neither of them are really the perfect person for the
Listen,
job.
I don't need health care revoked or reappealed. I don't.
Why? I'm not for Obamacare.
Well, no. See, here's the reason why I say that though, was because with insurances is once you drop out of school or graduated, you are no longer put on insurance. Once Obamacare,
You mean
passed,
your parents' insurance,
right?
Yeah.
But once that passed, it changed to where you
could stay on your parents' insurance
until
until you're 27.
No, until you're 26.
26, okay.
Because I got put back onto my mom's health care insurance because I got dropped after I graduated from college. Got put back on once this passed, and I got taken off once I turned 26 this year. So now I'm on my dad's health care, but I have like an obscene amount of, deductible to reach, which I'm never going to reach. But because of that, I'm able to get put back onto my parents' health care. So I don't need, something like that to get reappealed. I don't.
Country just brought up a big point. Romney's not winning the big states like Ohio.
Which is good.
You know what though? We have how many percent of precincts are reporting 4%, and Obama's had 56 to 43%. That's only 4% right now. There's still a chance that some of the wealthier areas of Ohio could report here real soon, and he could take the electoral votes in the state of Ohio. There's a huge possibility of that. So, really, it's still anybody's game here because we still got the key states being Ohio, PA, New York, Florida, California,
Texas.
You know, we still got the big states. You know, like Texas has 38 electoral votes. You know, California has 55. Ohio,
bastards.
18. Pennsylvania,
Greedy
20.
bastards.
And New York has 29. So, and what's Florida again? 29. Okay. So, you know, those are still the big key states. None of the big ones are really in yet. You know, we also still have Virginia and North Carolina here on the East Coast, with Virginia having 13 electoral votes and North Carolina having 15. So that's still quite a few electoral votes that are still up for grabs there. You know, anybody could really take it.
That's true.
So, I mean, I think it's been obvious from day one. You can go back to the 2008 election on this one. You know, Obama has minority votes sealed up. You know, and this, I don't mean to sound racist on this at all, but the majority of lower class and lower middle class people of color are going to vote for another person of color. You know, you look at places where there is a minority population, like some of the more depressed major cities like Detroit, Mobile, Alabama, San Antonio, Texas. They have, I guess, like either black or Hispanic or whatever people in power there. So places like that are going to vote for somebody of color. You know, whether it's a black or Hispanic person, they're going to vote for them because they feel like hey, you know, this person is one of us. They're going to be on our side, and you know, the blacks are the ones who come out and say, you know, we want to push forward. We don't want to be left behind. You know, but yet they don't want to get rid of affirmative action. You know, and they constantly want to bring up, oh, well, we were slaves for hundreds of years. And they want to, you know, keep voting for somebody of color to be in power, not realizing that that's setting us back too. You know, and not only that, Obama really hasn't done much for the minorities. If anything, he's trying to hurt them in a way. You know, especially with Obamacare, because, you know, while you're bringing up good points that work for you in Obamacare, there's some things that don't work for you, and you know, the points that work for you may not work for other people.
Right.
You know, like
Also,
somebody like, okay, take this for
birth
an
control.
example.
Hell yeah, I'm all for
Well,
that.
yeah, but take this for an example, okay?
Well,
You know,
not
somebody
just for
who
me,
is-
but for like
Well, yeah.
other people out there too.
But take this for example, okay? Now, say somebody, you know, has to pay for their health care through their job. And that is probably at least 60% of the people, you know, working Americans have to pay for their health care. It gets taken right out of their check. So you got to think about like a single parent, you know, they got a child of, you know, 24, you know, college dropout, just wants to sit around and play video games all day and doesn't want to get a job. They can stand their parents' health care until they're 26. Okay,
Yeah.
that's hurting that single parent, you know, who has to pay for that child's health care for another 2 years while they just sit on their ass and do nothing. You know, and then you have the fact that Obamacare changes it actually, you know, raises the income range for people who get government health care.
yeah.
You know, so people who are like right now on the brink, who are just barely getting government health care, the chances are they're going to lose it when that range, you know, goes up. So there's good things and there's bad things. Like you said, the free birth control. Okay, I get that to an extent, and I actually brought this up earlier when me and Crystal were talking about it. You know, I think in a way, you know, it sort of promotes teenagers to be more promiscuous. You know, less teenagers are going to be using condoms. You know, so what's that going to do? That's going to raise the rate of STDs amongst teenagers.
Yeah, but you also got to think there are people out there for also medical reasons too why they need birth control.
Oh my.
You also what? No, but I'm just saying you have to realize that there's also people out there who need it for
All right,
medical reasons.
hold on. Update.
That's what I was
Romney has 153 electoral votes. Obama has 123. Romney just took North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Wyoming, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. So it's going to come down to the wire. It really is. There's 147 more, 97 more electoral votes, and Romney is our next president. Right there, you have it. All right, well, let's go back to what you were saying.
What? No, well, there are people out there who do need birth control for medical reasons too.
Okay.
Like, there
But-
are medical reasons for it out
but
there.
that-
It's not just promoting people being promiscuous.
Okay.
There are people out there, and
Whoa, Ron,
Here's
Obama took Michigan.
Obama just took Michigan.
Well,
Yeah, he did.
it looked like
Um,
Romney was going to take it earlier. Sorry, I just thought that was interesting.
That goes back to what I said, though, Alyssa, about how there's things that work for some people and things that work for other
And
people,
also,
and things that don't work for some
I'm
people.
not pointing any fingers at anybody, but for those people who, plus, if you don't want to for people who don't wear condoms,
Yeah.
birth control is not 100% effective.
No,
but,
it's not.
And
neither are condoms.
Yeah, but
But teenagers are already.
not only just teenagers, you also have adults too.
Well, yeah, you do. And you're always going to have that.
Alyssa,
But
No, but I'm just saying
I
though.
think you're getting upset because you're misunderstanding. He's not saying necessarily that birth control is a bad thing, or that he's just saying it could be that without the proper education,
Because-
teenagers
yeah.
would think that just because their
because.
girlfriend is on birth control, they don't have to wear a condom.
Exactly. And because of.
Teenagers are whores, and without the proper
They're natural.
education,
They're natural whores. They are.
I was
But-
going to say
but-
not all teenagers are
But
like
see,
that.
when Bush
Well, I
was
didn't have
president, he started this
Well, yeah,
whole
me too. So
revamping of sexual education classes where they don't preach about safe sex in sex education classes anymore. It's abstinence only education in high schools. So what do teenagers believe in more than anything? If it feels good, do it. And especially if they're telling you not to do it, then definitely do it. This abstinence only education only works opposite. Since we brought about this abstinence only education, teen pregnancies have dramatically gone up. And that's just over the last 8 years since it was put forth.
all because of teen moms.
That show definitely had a lot to do with it, but I mean, if you put yourself in the mind of a teenager. You once were a teenager. If someone says, "Hey, don't have sex until you're married," what are you gonna do? Be like, "Hey, this sex thing must be really fucking awesome if my parents don't want me to do it right now." If my teachers and every adult in my life is saying don't have sex, it must be really, really badass. Teenagers rebel. It's a natural thing. I think I got off topic a little bit here, but I think that, you put every teenage girl in America on birth control, make it more easily accessible, I think less of them are going to use condoms. I really do. That's just my belief.
I was gonna say not everybody's gonna be like that. You also have
That's
to
like
realize-
my whole thing with abortion is, I'm pro-choice but anti-abortion. That, like, I myself don't believe in it.
So wait. So let's say your sister gets pregnant and can't carry. Like, it comes down to the wire of it's either her or the child that's gonna die, or like I had said when I first walked in here. What if she gets raped and gets pregnant?
I could take the religious standpoint on that and say, well,
no, I'm not coming that as a religious standpoint. I'm just saying.
But I could take the religious standpoint and say, well, there's a lot of, think about this back in biblical times when, a lot of women gave birth and died during childbirth. That's the natural thing. That's what happens. It happens a lot in the animal kingdom as well. And we've come up with technology now. We could tell if, carrying the full term would be harmful to a woman's health. And abortion was kind of, it came about to sort of prevent that, to, sort of prevent the woman from dying in childbirth,
Also, what are you going to tell the people who, let's say got, raped or molested and they got pregnant? He already said
I've said that. Yeah. I've said that on numerous occasions that I believe if a woman gets raped, then she should have that option available to her. Okay, but what I am against is these women that can't keep their fucking legs closed. They're going out and screwing every fucking half-wit guy who owns a guitar. And they get knocked up 3 or 4 times a year and have abortions. To use it as a form of birth control, almost. That, to me, is wrong. But like I said, if...
Oh, okay. Now I get what you're saying by when you explained it that way.
Yeah, I'm pro-choice, but anti-abortion. Okay? And I think that sort of compromise on it, where it, you can get an abortion if it's going to be harmful to the mother's health. You can get an abortion in the instance of rape or incest. But not if you got knocked up and you're like, oh crap, I don't really want to have a baby right now. Or, hey, I told the dude that I was banging that we're going to have a kid together and I don't want this kid now because he abandoned me.
Take the smart
That's
way.
fucking wrong.
Okay. Alright, gotcha. But then take the standpoint of give the child up for adoption. I mean, there are plenty of people out there who are good parents, who are trying to have kids and can't.
And
give the child up for adoption.
Most Republicans will tell you, if you get raped, give the kid up for adoption. But, I feel like this, if, my wife or girlfriend were raped, I wouldn't want to have her carry that man's child for 9 months. And that's difficult enough as it is. And then to have to give that child up, that's
that's
tough.
Just your wife or girlfriend, but what about your friends like me? Like, would you, your friends?
Well, it's definitely going to be harder on you and the person that you're dating than some friend. I mean, I'm going to feel bad for you for what happened and everything, but I think that psychologically, I think the abortion would probably be less harmful to your mental state than having to give that child up for adoption and constantly be like, I wonder what happened to that kid if he's going to turn out like his father. And that's another thing, too, because they say that...
you have to think about, well, what the hell are you going to tell the kid, Well,
yeah. Plus, they say people that are sexual deviants, that's hereditary. So that child could inherit the sexually devious genes from the rapist.
Yeah.
So, all right. One more check up on the election results, see where we're at here, and then we're going to take a quick musical break, and we'll be back with the top 5 political anthems.
Oh, man.
All right. What are we looking at right here?
153 to 123. Romney is ahead.
All right, Romney is still ahead, 153 to 123. I'll tell you what, tomorrow is going to be a different day if Romney gets elected. That's all I'm going to say. All right, here is Mushroom Head with Elevation. All right, it's time to do the top 5 list. Alyssa wasn't ready, was she?
Well, I had a different... Not when I first got here, no. But now I am.
She had the one for the 25th done.
No, that was for the guitar duos.
Yeah, the 25th. It's not until the 25th.
25th's a different one, isn't it?
No.
Isn't the 25th top 5 songs about food and Thanksgiving?
No, it's the 22nd.
Oh, holy
He
shit
told
balls.
you this earlier.
I did. It's okay.
Oh, wait, so what would be the top? Never mind. Never mind. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, the top 5 list will be available on the website. Probably during the next musical break. I'm not gonna do it right now like I normally do.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Top 5 political anthems. Alyssa.
Number 5, I have The Times They're Changing by Bob Dylan.
Okay.
Number 4, I do have American Idiot by Green Day.
I called that one.
Number 3, I have Testify by Rage Against the Machine. Number 2, I have Uprising by Muse. And number 1, I put What's Going On by Marvin Gaye.
Very nice, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is your best list so far, Alyssa.
Yeah, I
Heck
think this might actually be the first time that I've ever had a more mainstream list than you have. At number 5, I have Papa Roach, Getting Away with Murder.
No, okay.
Number 4, I have No Effects with Franco Un-American. Number 3, I have Green Day with Holiday. Number 2, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Ohio.
That's actually a good one.
And number 1, it's probably one of the first ever protest songs about the Vietnam War, Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan.
Okay. You know what other song I just thought of now that could have been put on this list was Stop Children What's That Sound? Come to think of it.
It's, for what it's worth, Buffalo Springfield.
Yeah, that's actually another one that could have been
You know,
a good one. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not on my list, but it's a good.
Berlin, actually, the 80s new wave goth band actually did a cover of that a few years ago. It's actually pretty good. What did I say yesterday that I should put on my list? I can't remember.
I don't know.
We were talking about it, but things are getting pretty tight over there in Florida right now.
Hey.
And Country will do his top 5 when he gets here. He's listening right now.
Just posted on Facebook.
Yeah. Did he?
He posted.
You dick.
Where is he? What is he doing?
Getting pussy whooped. That's what he's doing. And I know he's gonna say something about that because I know he
Yeah.
heard me.
He is.
Don't Skype us again. Country.
Not
My-
while you're driving, please don't.
My friend Brian just brought up a good point. What I said about how tomorrow's gonna be a different day if Romney wins. He said you're right if Romney gets it. You're right. Get ready. I think it might get ugly. How do you guys feel about it? Do you think there's gonna be some sort of minority uprising? Going along the lines of what I said earlier about minorities sticking together. I don't think there's going to be any sort of...
No, I don't.
I don't think there's going to be any sort of... I mean, you might... I don't know. You might have a few small crimes here and there. You might have some... You know, I think if you have a Romney sign in your front yard, you should probably remove it right after the election. That's my thoughts on it.
PA just finally called in their results. 143 to 153 now. Romney's still ahead by 10.
Okay. What I think we're going to see, though, if Romney does win, I think what we're going to see is we're going to see some of the key civil rights leaders like Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and Reverend Louis Farrakhan, and possibly even Jeremiah Wright, who is a very close friend of Barack Obama's. I think we're going to see them going out and pulling the race card. You know, they're going to call Romney supporters white supremacists and racist, and what they normally do. And this is something that I've been saying for a while, and I said something similar to this about Hillary Clinton, In the 2008 primary, people were like, "Oh, are you voting for Hillary?" I said, "No, absolutely not." They said, of course, I'm a sexist. Why? Because she's a woman? No, I have no issue with a woman being president. What I do have an issue with is that woman being president. The woman who lets her husband treat her that way, do we really think that is a good, strong leader? Fuck no. Absolutely not. No. She's someone who's stuck by her husband when he was doing things he shouldn't have been doing. Does that mean if, Iran were to bomb Israel, she would just say, just let them handle it, Or would she actually go in there and try to stop it? You got to look at someone's personality. I just don't think that Hillary has the backbone to be a good, strong leader, So then, if you want to come at me and say, oh, you didn't vote for Barack because you're a racist, I'll say, no, I have no issue with a black man being president. I have an issue with that black man being president. And it has nothing to do with his skin color. It's just him as a leader, and I did vote for him in 2008. It was maybe a year later that I said, wow, I really wish I wouldn't have voted for him. But I still to this day will say that I think he was the better choice of the two.
Wait.
I think he's a better leader than McCain could have been. But of course that goes along with how I feel about active military men becoming president.
Yeah.
Someone who has been in battle, I don't agree with them being president because they have such a high rate of mental illness amongst those who have been to war, especially someone who's a POW. What?
Oh.
Oh.
Hey.
Really? Romney has 666 votes in Minnesota.
Well, how about that? You know what though?
Jesse Ventura's state, right there.
You know what though? Hillary. Holy crap! Did I vote for Hillary Clinton?
I voted for her in the primary 4 years ago. Me and Mark were talking.
I voted for Edwards in the primary.
I think I voted for her. It was either her or Obama 4 years ago. I voted one of the two. I voted for one of the two 4 years ago in the primary. Pretty sure I did.
I voted for Edwards in 2004 and in 2008 in the primary.
2004.
No, I take that back. No. In 2004, I voted for Howard Dean.
Oh.
And he had just dropped out of the election like the day before, and I didn't know. 2004, I voted for John Kerry.
Yeah, I think I voted for John Kerry
I did.
Also in 2004.
And a month later, when he made his speech, to veterans of the Iraq War. He said you could either study hard and go to college or you could end up in Iraq. Like basically calling all the military dummies. I did not agree with that whatsoever.
They were not dumb.
No, they're
They're not.
Well, it depends on why they joined. If you joined because, you got the highest body count in your clan on Call of Duty, then that's like the dumbest reason to join the military.
Yeah.
It's like the guys who decided to take guitar lessons because they, beat Guitar Hero on the highest skill level.
Okay.
Or if you join just to get the free college.
You know what? That is a good reason though for joining, because if you're not able to get the financial aid,
but you don't have the conviction behind
okay,
it,
let's say you join.
Yeah.
If you join at a time of peace, and you say I'm joining just to get the free college, I can't afford to go to college, and then we end up having to go to war, and you're gonna be like dragging your feet, like, man, motherfucker, I do not want to go to war. It's not why I signed up. It should be why you signed up.
Yeah.
Okay. It should be why you signed up.
You have an actual good reason to join the military.
So yeah, all those guys that were standing in line outside of the recruiting offices on September 12th, 2001 and said, let's go kick some Al-Qaeda ass. Those are the people, those are the people that joined for the right reasons. Yeah.
And you know what though, speaking of draft, I found this out like not too long ago, but the draft stopped right just before my dad and my uncle's numbers, like right before theirs.
1978 was that when they stopped the draft?
I think
they ended it.
I think so, but but I remember hearing that they stopped picking numbers and everything, so they like stopped right before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh well then, it's a good thing my dad and my uncle So they were drafted and they did get numbers, but they didn't actually go.
Men are still required to sign up for the selective service.
Because
men between the ages of 16 and 24 or something have to put in their information for the selection.
Yeah, because I remember.
Yeah, because they could bring back the draft at any point in time.
Because I remember when I
because Cheney was talking about bringing back the draft in 2003.
Because I remember when I did orientation for YSU, I remember them saying, "Make sure you have your information in for this."
But if you're a woman or if you're over 25, you don't have to send your information to the selection.
I actually remember.
What am I trying to say? What is that thing called? I don't know.
I think my dad said he went to the recruitment office and after he got laid off and they told him no.
Oh, they'll take you up till what, like 35 or something?
But I think he was right at 34 and they told him, you know what, no, we don't want you.
They can draft you from the ages of 18 to 32 for active duty.
Right.
33 to 40 for reserves. So they can draft you for reserves, and that's if it is absolutely needed. So I'm almost on the line there for
active duty.
You
have another year to go before.
Well, I think you can sign up for the military for active duty until you're 35. Mm-hmm. That's for volunteer.
So but I actually got another couple years to go.
I actually still have my draft card, as they call it, your draft card. You sign up for the selective service, and you're supposed to sign up on your 18th birthday. If you don't, it's considered a felony. That's funny. I don't know if I should call him out on it. Well,
I should ask.
Okay, we're not gonna say, but somebody in my family who is very close in bloodline never actually signed up for the selective service.
Really?
And
is it a sibling?
Yeah, he won't vote. He doesn't vote. He's never signed up for. He's never registered to vote. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. He is very strongly opinionated though when it comes to politics. For somebody who doesn't vote. All right, I'm refreshing the page here to see if we got anything different here for electoral votes.
What do we got here?
It looks like Pennsylvania has pulled in their results.
I told you that.
We're at 153, 143.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ohio, quit being so damn slow.
Well, Country informed me that there was a recount in Columbus and Cleveland.
Oh, what the fuck? Seriously?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And Florida's still being slow.
Yeah.
We need those.
Well, you gotta think the states that aren't really in yet, like on the East Coast.
Whoa, Romney pulled ahead of Obama in Florida. But it's still a 300 vote difference. But
what we're looking at here, though, are more heavily populated states. So there's a lot more votes that need to be counted in those states. Mm-hmm. So, and still...
Virginia is probably going to be Romney. North Carolina is probably going to be Romney.
Yeah.
Missouri's probably going to be Romney.
What are we? Yeah. See, some of these states too still have paper ballots. Mm-hmm. You know, so I think Florida is actually on all electronic. I'm not 100% sure, but because I know they were the first one to get the electronic voting booths, and that was in 2000 because we had that whole, issue with Jeb Bush and they could hang this Chad right here.
What the hell?
Fucking hanging Chads. If it looks like that's what I voted for, that's probably what I voted for. You can vote for D's in 2016. People can't see me grabbing my balls when I say D's. The power of radio. All right, we're going to do...
Which means, people, you don't know if he's actually doing this naked or not. So
I usually do the show naked, just so you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
You want to comment on that one?
Yeah, okay.
All right, we're going to play one more song, and then we're going to come back up, and we're going to wrap up this episode, and then we're going to move on to the next one, right?
And the next one will have the movies, right?
Yeah, we're going to do two. Okay. Yeah, the next episode we're going to do the top 5 films about a fictional president. That should be interesting. So, stay tuned. We'll be back. Actually, I'm going to do a commercial here. No, we'll do it after the song.
Oh my god, make up your mind.
Yeah, so anyways, here's Heart with Barracuda. Okay, we still have Romney ahead, 153 to 143.
Yep, no change yet.
He just started taking over in Florida. Oh, it's gone back though. Florida is. It's close. It's 50% against 50%. There's only like 10,000 votes difference. Obama has 3,584,653 votes, and Romney has 3,574,373. It's very, very close.
Okay.
And Johnson has 37,483. And, you know, for an independent to pull off this many votes,
Yeah.
in all the states where he's on the ballot,
Last election, there was a lot of independent votes too.
but I'm talking about just because you have so many of them. You know, especially in this election. Look at how many people are on the ballot in Florida for president. Look at this. You know? And Roseanne Barr actually got 7,068 votes. The white trash queen got 7,068 votes.
Yeah, Roseanne.
Tell me how this happens, you know?
What a woman.
So,
What a crazy.
hey, it looks like Country's here. Country's pulling in right now. So we should be joined by Country here just as we're wrapping up this episode. Yeah, there's a lot of independents that are running, but as far as like one independent racking up that many votes, I mean, it's a step in the right direction. You know, that's what we need. We need a non-Republican, non-Democrat. Even though Johnson is technically a Republican, you know, he served in the Senate as a Republican. But he is actually running as a Libertarian for president. He didn't run in the primary, did he?
I don't think so.
I don't remember him running in the primary. Because you had, who's that woman? Michelle Bachmann, who's running. Newt Gingrich, Rick Santorum, Rick Perry. That was Herman Cain. He dropped out very early.
That was fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't recall ever seeing this many Republicans running in a primary ever.
And we couldn't decide. It was like
You know, and it's funny with that many Republicans that
no one
were
really
running. Mitt Romney's the one who pulled ahead.
and no one really was completely behind him.
That time he showed up.
Yeah, and
Yeah, fuckers. I'm a dedicated listener.
I honestly thought,
Okay.
and this is from the beginning, I honestly thought Newt Gingrich had that primary sewn up. I thought he had the primary sewn up, and I thought he was going to take the final election. I really did.
But he did.
But yeah, and when they announced that Mitt would be on the ballot as a Republican, I was really, really surprised because a lot of Republicans don't like him because of his religious beliefs.
I wasn't surprised, but I've been watching the primary the race pretty closely at the time. Keith Olbermann and Rachel Maddow, you know.
Indiana is in revotes or recounts.
So are we.
Yeah.
No, not no more.
Not no more.
Obama
Let's look
is
at-
taking over Ohio.
Ohio is still really close right now.
It is.
Obama's got 52%. Romney's got 47%. Johnson's got 1%, but he's got 17,641 votes. 26% of the precincts have reported. So it's still Ohio. It's still anybody's game here, with it being so close. I mean, we're talking
I don't think there is
just a little over 100,000 votes.
Is there another outlet over that way?
You should know. This is your place.
All right.
How often I come up here?
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's-
such a-
It's real tight all around, but Romney is still ahead in electoral votes right now.
Here, I don't need this right now.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm fully charged.
Yeah, that thing will flash.
We got sidebars going on around here.
Sorry.
Here.
Um,
Oh,
I can come
jeez.
over there and plug it in.
I don't know. I'm still going with my previous statement about I really think Romney's going to take this one. I think he's going to take this at the very, very end.
You think Romney is going to take it?
It's close. It really is.
Oh,
Honestly, I hope he doesn't, but
Free from.
God bless America.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
you guys
separating
want me to do
himself?
my top 5?
Yeah. While
Yeah,
you're
no,
here,
while
let's
we're
do.
here.
Let's.
We
Yeah,
do
we
the
got
songs first.
about 15 minutes left on this episode,
Yeah, I already
Okay,
made
so
them.
yeah,
we need
go
to
ahead.
reboot here.
and I'm gonna.
Yes, I got my old HP running perfectly again. I'm so happy.
Is that Brandon's one?
No, this is his.
So you know how? What? Okay.
I've just been using it.
You said it was the songs?
Yeah, we did the song.
Political anthems.
Okay. I kind of went in a different direction than what you guys did, obviously.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, it's better be good.
My top 5 political songs. Number 5, Green Day, American Idiot.
That seems to be a popular one here.
That was.
It is.
Alyssa had that one on there as well.
Number 4, Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I guess.
One of them, this one, I don't know who the real singer is. There's so many of them out there. This land is your land.
That was
I don't know who that
what do you got 3?
Yes, that was one of them that came up.
That
I
was the
wasn't too
original
sure.
one, yeah.
I wasn't too sure. My number 2, Toby Keith, American Soldier.
Okay.
When we first went to overseas and started bombing them,
Okay.
that was a big thing.
Okay.
That wasn't the one we'll put a boot in your ass because it's the American way. That
That is
wasn't.
courtesy of the Red, White,
That's
Blue.
right, yeah. I actually found some humor in that song.
Yeah,
It's
those
kinda
2 Toby Keith
funny.
songs were fighting for second place there, but I chose the American Soldier one over it.
Alright.
My number 1, Lee Greenwood, God Bless the USA.
Okay.
I thought didn't he do Proud to be American?
Yes,
Okay.
he's done a few actually, but this is, you know,
You
His
went for
version
some traditionals in there. You got
Yeah.
Yeah.
This land is your land and God bless the USA.
yes. Well, Lee Greenwood,
Huh.
in my personal opinion, there is nobody in this world that will ever come close to matching him in singing God Bless USA. His voice is perfect for that song.
Good for you, country.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, wait till our next episode.
Oh boy, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that one.
Yes, it is an interesting one. I spent a whopping 5 hours looking up different movies, watching
For the
15
fictional
minute-
president.
Yes,
things?
watching 15-minute clips of different movies, because as you guys know, I don't really watch a lot of movies.
He
I
put
try
his-
to.
He put work into this.
I did.
and
I
he
did.
put thought into that music list. That was
Yeah.
pretty
Yes.
good, country.
I wasn't really expecting you to go in a traditional route. I really wasn't. I was, I was expecting just a bunch of country songs. But, and he threw in some. Well, I guess Lee Greenwood is a country artist, but
he is. So is Toby Keith. But
I was a. Wow. Well,
Yes, I know. I need to run downstairs and grab my sippy cup for some coffee.
Sippy cup.
Yes,
Oh.
my sippy cup.
Okay, you have a sippy cup.
I have a
long
sippy
night.
cup.
we got 3 hours left.
And we're gonna have to make another
And we're
plot.
gonna need the coffee.
Yeah.
Everyone ready for this?
Gonna have
What,
to
for
be.
me?
Shit.
Everybody loves it when I come in.
Oh my god. Sure.
We'll let him think that.
F you, Brandon.
It's still 153 to 143 in the electoral votes.
Nothing is so far.
So. I wonder how many of these Obama supporters are at the edge of their seats right now.
Oh my god, he's singing.
Yes.
What was that again? I'm sorry, I got distracted by.
I wonder how many of these Obama supporters are sitting at the edge of their seats watching CNN or ABC or Fox, just
I don't
waiting for Obama to pull ahead.
I had a couple vetoes earlier. They're a little stinky tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
I I think we should monitor his diet for 24 hours before he
Yeah, really. Considering how
There is no such thing as monitoring my diet.
Sunday he was farting up a storm. Jesus.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back back to wrap up the show. Okay, we're back.
Wow.
That was quick.
Yeah, that was quick.
unnecessary.
We just went with one commercial there. You know, I know that, and I didn't know this until just now, but it is the same commercial every single time. I did not know that. So, but we're actually going to be selling ads for the show for our next season.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we're going to be getting our own
to me.
We're going to be getting our own advertising for next season. So I am very excited about that. So anybody that wants to advertise on the show, get a hold of me on Facebook. It's Brandon Chaos on Facebook.
That, or just get a hold of us on Chaos Culture. Just do that on Facebook.
Chaos Culture on Facebook, or
'Cause that way the both of us can.
you can go
all
on
three of us
Twitter.
can see it. Yeah.
So everyone here is on Twitter. It's at Brandon_Chaos. What's yours, Alyssa?
I think it's at Lissa. This is so bad. I'm on Twitter and I don't even know my own goddamn.
Crystal?
Mine's at ChristJCKS.
Nobody cares about. Nobody cares about yours.
Oh, thanks, asshole.
Mine is at Lissa Ann 1814.
Lissa Ann 1814.
Yep.
Nobody cares, country.
Oh, come on now. Hold on, I gotta find my Gmail because that's where everything's
jeez.
There it is.
Christ, people.
Oh, come on, back up, you stupid phone. My phone hates me. That's
All
what
right.
it is.
Also at Chaos Culture _Z. You find all updates about Chaos Culture. I need to get on there. I haven't been on there in a while. Apparently our account got hacked.
They do.
Yeah, the Chaos Culture Twitter account got hacked.
How did it get
So I gotta get on there and change the password.
I didn't notice anything different on Twitter.
Yeah, some people were getting spam messages about my webcam show. I didn't know I had a webcam show. I didn't. Come watch me on cam and
Nothing showed up on my Twitter account about
ha
that.
ha ha. You should see what this person is saying about you. Click this link and I'm gonna hack your shit too. Oh.
Which is why I told you need to change your password.
That actually has a different password.
Okay, I was gonna
That has
say.
a different password, yeah. No, it's just random hacks. I mean, it's nothing I could have done about
You
it.
need to change your password. Yes.
Are you ready, country?
You ready?
I will have to get to you on the next one because Twitter has crashed on me.
Christ.
Twitter has
Well,
crashed.
while I'm talking about contacting us,
Yes.
definitely we need to get some more promotions going on Facebook. Go like Brandon Chaos, Chaos Culture, and Planet Chaos. A lot of great, exciting things coming up with Chaos Culture. We got the variety show coming up. Right now, it's tentatively scheduled for either January or February. It may get pushed back again. It was originally supposed to be December, but we're getting things moving very slowly on this. It's
Very slowly on everything.
Well, we just want it to be a huge event. So I might actually combine that with our, Planet Chaos 1-year anniversary party for March. But if not, it'll be either January or February. We've also got I'm thinking about possibly throwing together an all-male burlesque show, which I thought would be kind of interesting. All these places have these male reviews, and not everyone wants to see a bunch of dudes dancing around like Magic Mike or the Full Monty,
Why? You don't want to see some Magic Mike dudes dancing?
I ain't gay or anything, but I would probably rather see Magic Mike dudes dancing than Full Monty dudes dancing. Although, some guys might rather watch Full Monty guys because it makes them feel less inferior, But
Say this real
That
quick.
or they're just really comfortable with themselves that it doesn't bother them.
I just got a message on Facebook that said, "Sippy cup, really?" Yes.
All right, we got 5 minutes left. But we also have Macabre Fest next summer, which I'm very excited about this. It's a horror festival, It's not just gonna be music. We're gonna have like comic books, film,
Comic-Con.
everything.
That's pretty much what
It's
we're having.
no.
Yeah, it is.
But there's gonna be bands. There's gonna be burlesque dancers. There's gonna be keynote speakers.
It's an advanced Comic-Con.
It's nothing like Comic-Con. It's for fucked up people who like fucked up movies.
There you go.
And I am going to try to once again get a human centipede in there.
Really?
Did it once before. And I am excited. I really want to get another human centipede there. It's fascinating. It really is. There's people that do these performance art pieces as human centipede. It's really cool. It's almost like watching like a downscaled sort of Cirque du Soleil performance. It's really cool. But no, this is gonna be nothing like Comic-Con. Okay. As far as like comic book type of stuff that I want, there would be more like The Crow,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
real comic book, not like
Yeah.
that crap that Marvel puts out. Oh, did I say that out loud? My bad. And then, of course, we're gonna be back with Youngstown All-Star and Warren All-Star again next year. Right now, it's
I've got some
looking
choice
like
words for that, but
it's looking like Warren All-Star is going to be in June or July. Excuse me, it'll be in Warren, and then we're trying to secure a new location for Youngstown All-Star, which will be held next August. And I'm kind of hoping that doesn't interfere at all with Macabre Fest. But that's some of the events we got going on. So definitely check out Chaos Culture on Facebook. Anyone have anything else to add? We have about 3.5 minutes left.
Oh, I should have. I feel really stupid now that my Twitter worked. Mine is @CountryGrammar9.
You should feel stupid.
I really should.
Yeah, really.
Country Grammar 9.
How could you not remember that?
It's me. I'm a blonde. I
No
drink
one's
too
arguing
much,
with you.
I smoke too many cigarettes. Maybe.
Oxygen deprivation to the brain.
Well, I haven't been drinking lately. I've been slacking on that part.
Slacking on drinking.
Yes.
I have been too, actually.
See?
Yeah, I'm kind of
There's a such
surprised.
thing.
It's a time of the year or something.
I'm so used to you guys saying, "Hey, why don't you come out with us?" No, I.
Okay, Romney still has 153 electoral votes. Obama has 157. Obama just took Pennsylvania.
He already did
There you
that.
have it. No, he didn't.
It was
It
Minnesota.
just now
he
happened.
Oh, was it?
Just reported it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Minnesota. He just took. Yeah.
And now my computer's gonna be stupid.
So, no, he had to have taken something else.
Yeah, I need to go get a.
Because he just gained.
Finally
Okay.
came in.
'Cause he just gained. I was gonna say he just gained 20 electoral votes. There has to be one more. Because that's only 14. Maine. Was Maine already in there?
Maine was already in there.
Okay.
Hampshire's still waiting.
No, we just got New
New
Hampshire.
Hampshire just came in. I think you were behind, Brandon.
Yeah. Get for being special.
Okay, either way, it's tight. Still anybody's game. Anybody could take this. Romney, excuse me.
Hell ever.
You voted for Obama, so you kind of have a vested interest in this. I mean, if Romney loses, you're gonna, or if Romney wins, you're gonna feel like you kind of wasted your vote, right?
I can still bitch. I'm allowed to bitch. I voted.
See-
I still got that right to
See,
bitch.
the way I look at it, I voted for an independent.
I still got the right to bitch.
I voted for an independent. Therefore, I can bitch about either of these guys.
Amen, brother.
You know,
I still bitch. I voted.
Country's in the same boat. He voted for Gary Johnson.
I did.
You know,
Who did
so-
you vote for, Crystal? Did you vote?
Out of 7
I was gonna
freaking
say.
candidates.
of course she voted for Obama. Hillary's in her cabinet.
No, I was kind of surprised to see a.
You know, I actually said something today, and I don't regret saying it. You know, when Clinton was in office, he did pretty good.
he
why
got
not?
us of a deficit.
Why not put Hillary in there? Who says she's gonna fuck shit up?
Yeah, seriously.
But here's the one thing that scares me. She goes on a PMS run, we're fucked. Sorry.
See, I have some issue with Hillary. I just don't think she's a strong enough person to handle that type of job. She is.
No, I think
She just doesn't have the charisma for public speaking.
Somebody
And
vibrated.
I don't know. I just don't feel like she could do it.
Oh, I think she can.
It's one of those things.